Cav brought up the idea of marriage first. She basically said, what's going on?
Are you interested in getting married, or like, is this where it's gonna go?
I said, I don't know, man, we're just having a good time, you know?
And Nick would always say,
When the time is right.
which to me was a say yes or no.
She wanted to progress the relationship, and I agreed.
Nick said, hey, why don't we go look at some rings? From what I remember, because I was just as shocked to hear that from him.
She has very specific tastes, and I wasn't going to drop a whole lot of money on something that I'm pretty sure she would like. So
Nick and I went through it, designed a ring.
I picked up the ring in December, and I didn't end up proposing until July.
So Nick had the ring for 6 months. Now in girl years, that's pretty much, 30 years already, you've got a ring, waiting 6 months for it.
January, February, she probably thought, oh yeah, he'll probably be doing it soon.
So obviously Valentine's Day passed.
I think in her head she was thinking, okay,
Then my birthday passed.
seriously, what's going on?
Oh, New Year's also had passed in that time.
I think that was eating up inside her quite a bit.
I'd given up all hope on the possibility that he would even want to marry me,
I think in her mind, she had already prepared herself to say.
that it wouldn't happen in Japan.
So before the trip, I'd taken inspiration from a YouTube video where a guy walks around with his girlfriend, traveling the world.
So he's holding my hand and he's got his camera and he's taking the shot of my back and my hand, and I'm leading him through different locations,
It just turns out we were in Kyoto.
We are with the tour group and we're at some shrine temple, Meiji shrine.
Furami...
Fujishima?
No, it's Furoshimi Inari Shrine.
Fuji Meiji?
And the tour guide actually took us to this little spot. It was sort of off the beaten track. It was a bamboo forest.
It was really like animated because it was bright green, so it was like something out of a cartoon.
It's quite beautiful.
It was really muggy day, so my hair is like flat, stuck to my face.
I thought, hey, this is actually a really nice spot.
There's mosquitoes everywhere.
It's quiet and
I'm wearing my backpack on the front.
mist and bamboo forest, and yeah, it looked pretty amazing. So yeah, all the other members of the group started filtering away except for the tour guide.
He's doing his thing in the corner and I'm just standing there talking to Sonia.
She decided to hang around and just keep giving us interesting little tidbits about Kyoto and whatnot.
And Nick's out in the corner, like artistic shots.
I guess the stall, I just kept taking photos of bugs and random objects.
How many bloody pictures can you take of one bamboo pole? Like, they all look the same.
That went on for about 15 minutes until I think Sonia finally got the idea that, yeah, we wanted to be left alone just for a little bit.
So he said, I want to do that shot.
My plan was I'd take her hand, hold the camera, and maybe put the camera in my mouth, and then reach behind me and grab the ring out.
The place is all muddy, so I'm trying to trudge back up the hill holding his hand.
Got the camera, I put it in my mouth, and as I was reaching down to grab the ring, the camera dropped out of my mouth. I was shooting myself.
I'm like, ha, you dropped your camera in the mud.
Started walking back down the mountain, and then I said to her, okay, look, I dropped it, let's do it, let's try it one more time.
I'm like, Jesus.
We did it again, put the camera in my mouth, reached around, got the ring.
And all of a sudden my hand like drops down.
And she's like,
Have you dropped your camera again?
and as she turned around,
He's on one knee in the mud, got a box there with a ring in it, and he says, will you marry me, baby?
and I asked her.
I remember being so stunned.
Took her a moment to say, even though she wanted to, I'm sure.
He was like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because I wasn't even talking. And then, of course, I said yes. And
Yeah, we celebrated that night with lots of sake.
of course, how he did it was great because it's such a romantic, unique story. Every person that we say it to, they're like, oh, in Japan. And I'm like, yes, we were in the mud and there was mosquitoes and my hair was flat and I was sweating, and it's really a romantic scene for me.
Perfect spot.